Hi everyone. I'm just going to make a wee video on the procedure I use when I go to change the oil on the bike. This is the stuff here I use. I've done a right few miles on this last wee while, myself and Caroline, so she's due an oil change. So I use that Silkaline, and it's a Pro 4 XP, fully synthetic, and she is the YW40. I've been using that from I got the bike, so I'm happy enough with it. Look at everybody uses their own type of oil that they think is great. I think this is alright, so I'm not complaining, and that's the stuff I use. So I've ordered a wee bit of stuff. I haven't much left in that box there. So I've ordered a wee bit of stuff here. It feels a bit light, but we'll see. So now we have two boxes. So that's the stuff I use. Okay, put that over there. I'll show you what it comes. It's just a bladder inside the box really, and that's the bladder. So obviously you can get it in a container as well, but that's the bladder, so you just pour it out. So I have that there. I haven't enough in it, so I brought out that little wee bit. Anyway, the first thing I'll do is I'll get this girl fired up. I'll warm her up and I'll bring her for a wee run for about a couple of miles down the road. Yeah, people start them up and just warm them up. I like to give her a wee bit of a dive for it gets in gearbox and different bits and pieces all moving and gets the oil warmed up right the whole way through her. So I'll take her for a wee run first and then I'll get back to you.
Tells me that he needs to go and take this bike for a spin to get the oil warmed up and through all the bits and pieces. But we all know it's an excuse to get out for a spin. Here it comes. It's been a while.
Now, I'm about to put this lift up here now. Look, you meant to strap them. If you put a bike on a lift, make sure you strap it. Do what I say, but don't do what I do. So that's wore up. We'll get a few tools ready here and we'll start the procedure. Okay, well, we torque's dirty and that's the first thing we'll use to take the belly plate off. So I'd better put it around the right way, wouldn't I? There's 5 of these wee bolts on her. I service my bike about every 6,000 miles roughly, but there is an indicator on the bike till the same as is due. So most bikes are the same. That's that wee bit done. I have to give that a wee bit of a clean there, you can see. A wee bit grubby, and take the door off her. Anyhow, next thing is this boy. Okay, next I have a wee Torque 55. If you can see him, that's him there. I think you can see him. I'll put him up in here, and that's really just it's an old oil can I had. So I'm going to get this wee loosened. That's not cracked. Right. I try not to drop it into the oil, but look, it does happen. And bear in mind, this oil can be hot, so if it goes in, he's staying in for a while. I was lucky this time. There's normally 4 litres goes in there, so that can't hold it. So it was filling up fairly full. That should hold it alright. I get that nut dry there. And you can see the nut. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a little bit of black on it. We just need to clean that. That wee magnet that stops any wee files and bits and pieces. It lifts it, but that's fairly clean there. But I'll get it cleaned anyway. Let that drain away. Okay. As you can see here, I've a wee bit of tin foil. Just push it up in underneath and let that drip away there. That should keep the exhaust and bits and pieces clean. And now we'll attempt to take off this wee filter, if I can manage it. Shouldn't be too bad. Should be handy enough. So just that wee just wee filter too to take it off. Okay, tighten her up. It's handy, a little article. It's a fairly simple procedure to change oil in them, on them, so on you get it. When I was putting on the filter, just overhand tight, that's all I did. Nothing more. You have no call to wrench the life out of her. But once you go up the road a couple of miles, look, just stop, run your finger around the filter and check try to look in underneath her, in under the belly pan there, and see can you see any drips or anything. And it's as simple as that. Okay. We'll try to get this bite out without making a mess. That's him just running down the foil. It keeps the exhaust and different bits and pieces clean. That's the filter. I change the filter every time I change the oil. I know some people every second change the filter, but I change mine every time. And there's over 52,000 miles I think on her at the moment. So I just let that sit there for 10 minutes, let it drip away. So if there's any wee bits and pieces, and make sure you check for bits of grime or even wee swarts of steel or any wee thing at all. You see, if you do see something, look at it needs looked at. Don't leave it to the last minute and hope it'll be alright. Get it investigated. But I'm lucky enough at this stage of the game to have nothing. Okay, I'll let that sit for 10 minutes and then I'll come back. Alright, this is the filter I'm using. It's a genuine BMW filter. Ma and any of those other ones are a good enough filter anyway, but this is a genuine BMW. Ma probably make them for them anyway, all said and done. Filter. There's, not like them. The wee washers have come for the bung underneath, and also another wee washer. So sometimes I use the same crush washer. Look at, you just check it. So what I'll do now is clean this off a little bit, just to make sure it's nice and clean. there's no way. Swore for any damn thing in it. Okay, happy with that. So the next thing is our wee filter. Right, you have to put a little bit of oil on this here. Now people will say use new oil to put around your filter. Everybody's different. I just use what's at handy, which is that oil that came out of her. Because at the end of the day, it's not going into the engine, it's just pushing tight again it to help it just to have it seal. That's all. Now, some people do put oil in them, some people don't. I never had, but I'm sure putting a drop of oil in it certainly do no harm. But the problem I'd have when I tip her over, the fucking oil's going to come out and it's going to be a mess. So I don't, but do whatever you think. So, and bear in mind these are exhaust and bits and pieces can be hot. So I just put him up hand tight, like that. I want to get a wee bit of roll just, and just clean underneath this. I'm going to take this away at this stage. As you can see, you probably get a wee bit underneath maybe, but it leaves the exhaust and everything nice and clean, and there's not a big pile of stuff runs away underneath the belly of her. So I'll just hand tighten that again, just over hand tighten. I probably haven't enough power in my hand to do it, but there's other guys out there, look at hand tight, and that's it. So I just give mine a wee smidgy up. Again, I want to leave it handy for myself to take it off again. So you can see what I'm at there. I'm not putting too much pressure on it. That's good enough. Doesn't have to be any tighter than that. What I'll do is, when I get the oil into her, I'll check all that. So as long as there's no drips or anything out round in underneath, I know if she's leaking a wee bit. So that's that done. Next thing is I have this the bung, and I've all cleaned out. So there wasn't much in the magnet anyway. So I'll give that a wee rub as well. It's a simple enough procedure, and everybody should be able to do it anyway, as opposed to paying a mechanic to do it. Now again, I'll just use the same crush washer, isn't it? Well, I'll put a new one on. To be honest, it doesn't really make a big difference, I don't think, anyway. I've used them 3 or 4 times in a row, but I'll put a new one on this time. So, might as well when it's there, I suppose. There's a wee drip coming, so I'll just give her a wee minute. There's still a wee small drip, very rare little one just dripping. I'll give it now 5 minutes and I'll come back to it. Now what I always do is, once it stops dripping, I get this off. I pour a wee bit of oil just down through her. Not much, just enough so there's a wee bit of fresh stuff is washed out any wee bits of dirty stuff in the bottom of the sump. So we just put a wee bit in. And that'll run down through her, and have to wash out any wee little bits of stuff at the bottom. Look, you don't have to do it. I do it. Okay, so I just let that stuff run through it. I suppose what I should say is also, I haven't got a GS911 to put the service light off. So what I did do was, I joined the BMW club. I think it's about £45 per year for a subscription. and you can hire the tools off them. So I don't go out and run with them because I find I've enough to do with Caroline and bits and pieces and a couple of other lads to go out with. But anyhow, I have the GS911, which is a wee diagnostic tool. I plug it in and I do a diagnostics on her, and I also clear the service light off the dash, because if I don't do that I can't get it off unless I go to a BMW dealer, and I'm not paying them guys big dough to put off a light. It's a very simple procedure, but that's how I get round putting off the service light. Okay, I've just this plug in hand tight, and it's not hand tight yet, but it's just hand tight there. So we'll tighten. Oh, that's dead. So we'll tighten her up a little bit. Now, this is to be set at 20 Newton meters, and do not over tighten the sump because you could wring her very, very handy. So I have her set at 20 Newton meters, and it's just over hand tight as well. It's the same as the oil filter, you know. Where is that wee thing? Right, where are you? Okay, so that's set at 20 Newton meters, and I better check that 20 Newton meters because that didn't sound. That just, I think there could be more pressure needed. No, that was it. 20 Newton meters, boy. That's it. It's just really overhand tight. But again, I always keep a damn eye on it, just in case. Right, that's that bit done. Next thing's a little bit of oil. So I'll drop her down now. Okay, the next thing is to put a wee drop of the red stuff into her. I just go halfway up the glass, and then I start her, and that'll fill the oil filter, and then I just add on a little bit to get 3/4 ways up. So this is for. I do all this while the belly pan's off her, so it gives me an idea just to check the nuts and bits and pieces. Just the nuts really, the sub nut. So I know she'll take all this, plus the half of the bag, another one. You give her a wee squeeze there and you get the last out of her. What to say? Waste not, want that. Yeah. And you guys used to milking cows there, you just know how to get the last drop out of her. Same principle. If you're old enough to know how to do that, you're a brave age like myself. Okay, one down. Is that finished? Recycle job. On my next box. Right. Oh, it's not even registered. So the box comes, the bladder's inside, but there's a wee place where you can put the opening. Oh, fuck. Easy. Maybe for a minute. You're starting to come there now. Another wee bit. Okay, that's all I put in at this stage. So I put her up to bit there roughly, and then what I'll do is I'll start her here and then I'll refill her again, so bear with me. Okay, I'll just give her a wee start here. That's all it takes. And you find the glass will be empty. Yeah. Now it takes a minute for the oil to drop down again. So I'll give her a wee minute. Even a wee bit. Nothing there. Just now. A wee bit. She's starting to come up in the glass there now. I only go about slightly over halfway at the moment and let it sit for about an hour, and then I get a better reading, because she will rise and you don't want to put too much in. I like her just sitting slightly over half on the each side. Just takes me a minute or two for it to run down. Let me give it time. And you can see that's how I end up with half boxes and wee bits and pieces left over. That'll do me. So, I'll bring you over there, you can see the sight glass. So there you are, folks. Bear with me a minute and that wee camera gets settled. So I leave her roughly about that there at the moment. I'll come back in an hour or so, whatever, and as long as it's about 2/3 up the glass, that's me happy. Anywhere in around that circle or halfway or a little bit more, look, that's all it takes. But it will climb over the next half hour. You'll find it'll climb up an extra wee bit, so don't put too much in. It's better a wee bit less and just top it up later. Alright, once I'm happy with that, I'll check the I'll start her up again, let her run, I'll check the sump and I'll check the filter. Once I'm happy, then I'll just put on the belly pan again. And as you know, that's her there. So I've just cleaned that wee belly pan. It'll not take long to put on. Those 5 screws puts it on. Alright, at this stage of the gate I'll probably just check the spark plugs as well. I did put an air filter on her there about a couple of weeks ago, I'd say. I didn't film it now, but we'll just check the spark plugs in this wee girl. I normally do that there as well. Take them out and clean them. She's not giving any trouble or nothing, but still, I like to check them every service as well. So we'll just take this out here. Right, my girl run out of battery there. But anyhow, I just check the plugs as well. I know they're a wee bit black, like, but I mean, just get a wee bit of clean with a wee bit of wire brush or a wee bit of fine sandpaper. And only 2 screws. There's only 1 screw I'd say I could get away with taking out instead of the 2, but I'll take it out anyway. I think you can see that. I'm not sure. I'm blocking your light, but it's only a wee screw I'm taking out. So that's it. We just slide this wee bite forward. Now I'll have to get a wee pointy yoke to get that out. I have just a little pin in here. I push in, if you can see it, and I pull that back. Don't want to pull it too hard. Nice and easy. Don't want to pull the wires. You want to pull the. How's that? Okay. That's that wee bit out. The next thing I need is a spark for our cap. Oh, that's this wee boy. He's just got a wee slot in the end of him there, and he pulls this way. That's the way he goes, something like that. Then I'll give it a bit of a twist and a pull, just a wee nice and gentle. That's wore out. So that's the cap over the top of the spark plug. And now I need a socket set. Alright, so my wee plug is a 14mm long socket. Just put them in that. Now it takes very little to loosen this. Just put them in nice and handy. Should take very little to loosen it anyway. Can't remember the torque setting on them, but I'll check. But I know it's not much. Alright. Right, we'll just pull this wee boy out then. I normally do this when I'm doing the oil. So, that's my plug. If you'll focus, maybe I need to go out there. Right. So that's the plug. A little bit dark, but I mean, it's alright. I've seen them a lot worse, so I'll just give that a wee rub with the wire brush, and I not replace it because she seems to be going the best the way they are with those plugs. So I'm just going to clean that up and put it back in again. Okay, I'll talk to you in a couple of minutes. Okay, that's my wee plug and a wee bit of a wire brush. I'm just going to just go around it nice and handy, not mad. Now a wee bit of light sandpaper, a wee bit of wet and dry sandpaper. And just checking that he's cleaning the inside. So he is cleaning the inside. I know you mightn't be able to see that, but he's cleaning the inside. Okay folks, that's him, so I'll just stick him back in. Have to turn you off for a minute for his wee drop of hair ready. I'll just show you the new one of these plugs. I bought these about 3 or 4 years ago. I was going to change the plugs in her, and she just didn't give me any bother, so I didn't I didn't change them, so got to check the same plug. I don't know if you can see that the inside of this now would be a lot cleaner than that one. And saying that, that's not dirty or sooty, it's just dark. You know something? I think I'll stick the new ones in her. She's done over 50,000 miles and never got the plugs changed in her. I'll be good to her. I'll stick the new ones in her. That's just what I'll do. Didn't intend to, but I will. That wee girl's run well with me, but she's really brought me to some fantastic places. So I'll treat her. Just put them in nice and easy. No call to force them. Nice and easy. and there's long thread on them, by the way. That's it. These are set at 12 Newton meters. So, oh, surely I need an adapter. Bear with me a second. That's just the adapter I use for the fit onto this bike and the fit on my torque wrench, because it's a 1/4 inch and it's 12 Newton meters, and again it's not much. That's it. So that's the plug, and I just give that a wee rub with a rag. So it's just the same procedure again on the other side. I just want to take a couple of minutes and I'll clean these up here. This one and the other one, and I'll get back to you. Alright, I'll just stick this wee bit. Some of the guys put a wee bit of grease and stuff in around that, but I find that's no bother. I ain't got any, so I just not put it on. Says you haven't got it how you wanna. That just sits in there. Try to put them in nice and stiff. And this wee bit just comes in, sticks inside them. Got to put the goggles on to see what I'm at. That's it. The wee bit has to clip in, so just make sure he's in firm. That's wee push. And that's it. That's it. And then this top cover, I've just cleaned him. So, that's not the one. This is the one. Right. He just sits over there, sits in there, and down. So, we put a screw in him. No, we're about to do the other one, fortunately, but he was the last one taken off. So, he goes in here and just pushes up, pushes over. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. A wee bit footy, but come on, right. Again, just overhand tight, that's it. That's it. Top one. And just repeat the same procedure on the other side. That's a new plug on her, you got the girl there. Just checking my oil level. The oil level is coming up brightly. It's about 2/3 up the glass now. And I have it just over half. So it takes a while for just to hand tight. That's it. That's it, folks. That's worth a new this new set of plugs on an oil change. So I'll just do the same on the other side. I'll give her a new plug on the other side too. Alright, hope that's helpful for someone.